Yes, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Indriana Putri Marianingrum, and today I'd like to presentation about classroom management style. So the first is, what is your preferred style to managing behavior? Now, classroom management style are broken down into 4 different categories. The bottom categories represent teacher that exhibit little control over their student. The top categories represent teacher that exhibit high control. Also, management style categories on the left exhibit low involvement from teacher, while categories on the right exhibit high involvement. Classroom management style based on Baumriet 71. The first is authoritarian, the one most closely associated with appropriate student behavior. Authoritarian, even very controlling but not very involved with student. In authoritarian style, you will notice a lecture driven listen the teacher might simply read off a PowerPoint or simple talk about the content itself. The students sit in the classroom and remain quiet. The authoritarian style, teacher doesn't want to take any question from the student in the classroom. Classroom rules are strictly enforced. The teacher is very firm and unflexible when it comes to the rules. Authoritarian teacher like to have their students sit inside seats for the entirety of the year. These teachers are very organized and like to see their student in one place. Next is authoritative, builds a warm student and teacher relationship. Next up, the authoritarian teacher with high control and highly involved in their student. The authoritative teacher enforce their rules but also hears the student out. These teachers are both firm but also fair to their student, and the authoritative style looks to give students their own voice. Classroom discussion are encouraged. This teacher cares a great deal about their student. The teacher wants to see their student success, and you often see a lot of positive feedback from the teacher. This teacher consider the consequence of their action. Authoritative teacher carefully weigh the circumstance of a student inappropriate behavior. Next is permissive, lack of involvement of teacher to student, and student are given freedom. Next up is the permissive style. Very little control and very little student involvement. Unfortunately, this is a teacher that doesn't really care about their teaching career. Career teaching is just a way to pay the bills. The permissive teacher. The permissive teacher often doesn't take the time to prepare lesson plans, and primitive style classroom are out of control. Students are out of their seats doing whatever they please. A teacher doesn't take the time go to over classroom, and classroom rules or procedure. Permissive teachers often show movies during class, and they do this simply because they don't feel like teaching. The permissive teacher doesn't know much about his student, and he doesn't care about the kid's teacher. Student relationship are of little importance to him. Permissive teacher don't notice wearing student, and the last is indulgent. Students are given the freedom to actively seek their own goals. So lastly, indulgent, very little control, but highly involved in their student. The indulgent teacher takes their they are very seriously. They work very hard to plan fun and exciting lesson. You can count on this teacher to come to class prepared. And the indulgent style of classroom management, classroom management believes in a student empowered learning model. The indulgent teacher lets the student run the classroom without intervening. When they probably should, the indulgent teacher looks to build the strong relationship with their student. This teacher have choice relation with their student. Overall, they deeply care about the kids. Indulgent teacher have difficulty saying no. This teacher wants student to believe in the classroom, but are not straight enough to get them behave. Okay, that's all from my presentation. Do you have any question?
I want to ask, can I?
Okay.
Okay. Can you explain the importance and also the benefit of the classroom management style? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Risma, for your question. In my opinion, the importance of classroom management is for classroom management system to be effective because they increase student success by creating an orderly learning environment that enhances a student's academic skill and competencies, as well as their social and emotional development. That's all from my answer. Okay, thank you, Risma.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next question. Do you have any question, guys? Okay, maybe that's enough from my presentation. Thank you for your participation and thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.